line foul, and that's going to be a souvenir into the left field berm.
Turn that foul ball into a red rope.
We'll do the 2-2 all over again. Chopper, comebacker right at Wright. Little flip over to Arnson for the first out.
Now batting number 23, Tafton Hensley.
And now bring up the left fielder, Tafton Hensley. As I mentioned before, had that big 3-run bomb last night as part of that 4-run top half of the first for the Raptors. Also with a pair of singles, including an infield single, a walk, and also got on base with an error. That one burns the outside for a strike, 0-1. That one low, 1-1.
$1 at the concession stand to get the liquid gold treatment added to your outlet tonight. They'll be your shells and cheese, one extra $1.
Tafton Hensley currently playing his college ball at College of the Canyons. Same program as his Raptors teammate and as well as his college teammate Will Chambers. That one popped up, foul ground. Boeto trying to track it down. And that one in and out of his glove. So a lucky break here for Hensley as he steps back into the box. Blocked by Boeto. Dominic Enbody, local product out of Wilsonville High School, on deck for the Raptors. Two-two. That one ripped down the line, but that one also foul.
Shout out to that new netting, huh?
As Hensley continues to fight here on 2-2. Two-two once again, and this time gets him hacking.
There we go.
First strikeout of the night for Scott Wright. And as I mentioned a second ago, Dominic Enbody will step in. Enbody hitting .333 to this point of the summer season. One of 9 Ridgefield Raptors who hit above 300 in this young season, as he'll step in here with 2 down. First pitch strike from Wright. Seven hits for Enbody this season. Currently at Antelope Valley College, an NAIA program. Before that was at Concordia, right here in the Rose City, as he fouls that one off.
Don't forget, bring that ball to the party deck for Red Rope.
He led Concordia in batting average in his first 2 seasons there before obviously the university closed down. And now made his way to Antelope Valley College. Coming off a terrific junior season. .482 batting average with a .495 on base percentage. The 0-2 as he chases one downstairs. And a solid start for Scott Wright. 6 up, 6 down as we go to the bottom of the second.
The Pickles are proud to host
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break a vodka.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Time for our first look at scores around the West Coast League tonight. Right now, the Knights on top of the Wenatchee Apple Sox 8-4 in the bottom of the sixth. The Bend Elks on top of the Cowlitz Black Bears 4-0 in the bottom of the third, and Yakima Valley leading Walla Walla 3-1. That one in the bottom half of the third. Ole Arnson will lead things off for the Pickles. A big hack there for 0-1. 1-1 now to Arnson. Arnson hitting .261 this season, one of only two Pickles who have blasted a home run in West Coast League play, the other being Jacob Jablonski. 1-2 now to Arnson. And again, like I mentioned, just West Coast League play. The other home run, obviously, we saw from Eamon Lance against the Willamette Wild Bills a couple weeks ago with that walk-off grand slam. 1-2 to Arnson, off the fist foul. Arnson growing up not too far away from here in Gresham, Oregon. 1-2 to Arnson. That one also off the fist foul. Coming off a tremendous college season at SIU Edwardsville, was second on that team in batting average at .321, was also second in slugging percentage at .591. Also blasted 11 home runs and had 38 RBIs. The 1-2 as Arnson continues to fight. One-two all over again to Arnson, and this time goes down swinging. The third strikeout tonight for Ryan Harvey, as Noah Guyette will step in. Ryan Harvey out of UC Santa Barbara. 12 1/3 innings pitched, 2 saves during the college season with a 5.84 ERA as he'll face Noah Guyette and throws a first pitch strike. As I mentioned before, Harvey has yet to allow an earned run so far, quickly ahead 0-2. 3 innings days of work in West Coast League play for Ryan Harvey coming into tonight. 0-2 to Guyette. Back-to-back Ks for Ryan Harvey.
All right, section 206, the unofficial official game score fan section. You're getting flex seal, field seal, fans, and face cover. Weird things.
Now bring up Ryan Gardino.
Section 206, be excited. Everybody gets a prize here tonight at Walker Stadium.
Now back for 45. Ryan, the guard dog, Gardino.
So many nicknames.
281 this season for Gardino. 9 hits on the season so far. First pitch, fouled off. Came in a pinch hitting situation last night, but went down swinging. 0-1. 1-1 upstairs. One and two now.
Walker Stadium makes some noise for John Harvey, handing out those fans to the fans, the best fans of all time, here on the hottest day ever in the history of Portland, Oregon. Give yourselves a hand. We're coming out to support the Pickles tonight. We love you, Walker.
Only
Stadium.
6 at-bats this past season for Ryan Gardino out at Wofford. 1 walk for him and 6 ABs. Harvey looking to strike out the side, the 1-2. That one also above the letters, 2-2. Two's home to Gardino and fouls it off. And Pickles fans, baseball fans alike here at Walker Stadium already getting plenty of souvenirs. Two again, Gardino. And once again, foul.
Don't forget, bring that ball to the party deck for Red Road.
Running low on ball.
Fouls it off again.
The crazy wheel is back in action down on the top floor. Come around, spin the crazy wheel. What a prize. Down on the top floor.
The sun now behind the trees here at Walker Stadium. That one up high, 3-2.
Birthday shout out, Penn. Penn is 47 today. Let's make some noise, Walker Stadium, for Penn. It's been his birthday.
And even though we're in shade, obviously still a hot one tonight. 97 degrees right now here at Walker Stadium. The payoff. Fouled off again. A good battle here between Ryan Gardino and Ryan Harvey.
Let's make some noise, Walker Stadium. Get behind him.
The 10th pitch of the at-bat coming up here on 3-2. Fouled off once again. And what's crazy about the weather is that we're not supposed to get into the 80s until about 11 p.m. It's supposed to remain in the low 90s until, like I said, around the 11 o'clock hour. Payoff once again. And Gardino wins that battle as he gets on with a walk.
Nice job, buddy.
First base runner of the night for the Pickles.
Connor Henricks.
And that will bring up Connor Henricks out of Santa Clara. One of many Broncos on this Pickles roster this summer. First pitch off the fist. This is going to be a tough play for Caden Connor. That's going to fall into no man's land as Gardino will head all the way to third. And Henricks is in there with a double. A perfect example of hit it where they ain't.
Now back for the Pickles, number 48, Tony Boetto.
And 2 on for Tony Boetto. Boetto looking to put the Pickles on the board first here. 2 in scoring position with 2 down. And he would like a big hit here. So far hitting just 111 in the young summer season. First pitch on the way. That one outside for a ball, 1-0. Does have 1 RBI in West Coast League play so far, Tony Boetto. And that came back on June 23rd, a couple days ago, in the 6-5 loss to the Corvallis Knights. Check swing. They won an appeal and didn't go around, according to John Poland.
Let's go, Pickles! Let's go, Pickles! Let's go, Pickles!
Boetto, that one heading into the right field berm, 2-1.
Look out. Get yourself a red rope.
Ryan Gardino got on base with a walk, and then obviously Connor Henricks on second right now thanks to that double. And now Tony Boetto looking to give the Pickles their first runs of the night. Here's the 2-1 to Boetto. That one smacked up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Gardino.
Look at that. Here
And a 2 RBI single for Tony Boetto.
Get the chairs up. Pickles, 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 pickles.
Got that RBI hit that he was looking for. 3 RBIs now for Tony Boetto. And now to the bottom of the order, and Anthony Mata.
Now back, number 32, Anthony Mata. Woo!
Anthony Mata still looking for his first hit. Through 8 at-bats, fouls off the first pitch.
Get John Jensen a red rope there.
Check over on Boetto. And by the way, those are the first runs allowed by Ryan Harvey so far through the early part of this West Coast League season. That one hit opposite way, once again heading into the berm.
So many red ropes.
Owen to Mata. On the ground over to short, John Peck. Over to first, Mata trying to beat it out. But that will do it for the bottom half of the second. But the Pickles striking first with 2 off the bat of Tony Boetto. 2-0 as we head to the third.
B-E
B-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
Will lead it off here for Ridgefield in the top of the third as the Pickles were able to give Scott Wright some run support with a 2-0 lead. And we do understand that we are having some troubles with our live stream right now. You're going to have to bear with all of us. It is hot. It is really, really hot, and obviously that's affecting all the equipment here at Walker Stadium, so we'll try to fix that as soon as possible. But again, we just ask that you all bear with us right now. 2-0 Pickles lead and a 2-0 count to Grant Heiser, who grew up just across the Columbia in Camas, former paper maker. The 2-0 and a 3-0 now. That one catches the outside, 3-1. Heiser currently playing his college ball up at Seattle U. And he's on with a leadoff walk. We'll now bring up the current Oregon State Beaver in Brady Casper.
Number 39, Brady Casper.
Casper hitting 125 and 6 tippers. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Made 8 appearances for Mitch Canham's squad in the 2021 season. Made 4 starts, batted .200 with 3 RBIs. I should say 3 hits and 1 RBI. 0-1 to Casper. On the ground to first, but foul towards the Ridgefield dugout. Just misses on the outside. 1-2. 1-2 on the way. And that one down low, 2-2. Two way inside, 3-2 now. Two from Wright, and that one fouled. I wish we had a tracker for how many foul balls we've had in this game so far. We've had quite a few. No doubt we're in the double digits. We'll do the payoff all over again. Wright comes home, and that one is fair. No foul. That one just maybe just a couple inches away from being fair, and that was going to be trouble for the Pickles. So it'll remain a 3-2. This time, Wright with a throw over to first. Another check over at first. Two. Well, that's going to be ball 4. Well, looks like they did call a strike 3. Fooled me too. Looked like it was ball 4, but that's going to be a strikeout there for Scott Wright. But a stolen base there for Grant Heiser. We now go to the bottom of the order here for the Raptors and Cody Darcy. Wright with a look back to second, comes home, and that one high, 2-0, I should say. That one called a strike, 2-1. And now 2-2.
There we go.
As Darcy whiffs at that one.
2 strikes, let's make some noise, Walker Stadium, get some energy! Walk Halbert!
too. Payoff home from Scott Wright, fouled off.
Big birthday shout out to Haley Roberson out here on the berm. 23rd birthday. Make some noise for her. Happy birthday, Haley.
This one, a blooper into right center. That's going to fall in front of Ivan Luna. And now runners on the corners here for the Raptors as Grant Heiser will move over to third.
Now back, number 7, Caden Connor.
As we go back to the top of the order here for Ridgefield and Caden Connor. Grounded out to third in his first at bat to lead off the ball game. And we'll get a mound visit from pitching coach Brian Green. And there is an arm getting loose in the Pickles bullpen right now. Scott Wright is already up to 50 pitches here in the top of the third. And again, we talked about it so much throughout the season. It's a great comeback story for Scott Wright, overcoming a lot of adversity. Suffered a partially torn ligament a couple months into his junior year that really prevented him from pitching in his final 2 years of high school ball out at Sunset. Obviously the recruiting kind of cooled off since he couldn't really pitch. Eventually landed at Butler, had to try out, then was allowed to practice with the team and was put in high pressure situations during their Fall World Series and excelled there. And like I said before, coming off a very solid second season with the Bulldogs with a 2.38 ERA. Right now, in a tough spot here, runners on the corners, one down, tying run on first here in the top of the third, and facing Caden Connor, who is tied for the RBI lead in the West Coast League with 20. Talented hitter out of Cal State Fullerton. Hit .325 this past season for the Titans. A huge turnaround after hitting just .143 during his freshman campaign. The 1-0 to Connor. That one also low, 2-0.
Everybody.
The 2-0 from Wright. High chopper up the middle to Henricks, and it gets past him. And that will bring in a run. Here comes the play at third. And Darcy will slide in at third. And Caden Connor moves up to second. And the Raptors now on the board as they cut the deficit in half. And now 2 on in scoring position here with 1 down. As Reese Hernandez will step in already with a single tonight. First pitch from Wright. That one called a strike, 0-1. And 1-1 as that one misses upstairs. That one over to second. Anthony Mata will just have to throw it over to first, and we are tied up as Cody Darcy will come home to score. And now to John Peck, who flew out to right field back in the first. Ball one inside. That one also inside. John Peck obviously has already done some damage against this Portland squad. Had that walk-off hit to seal the series for the Raptors in that 13-inning marathon up in Ridgefield back on June 10th. And the Raptors took that one 10-9. Currently at Malibu with the Pepperdine Waves. Here's the 2-1. 3-1 outside. Off the fist, and that one fouled just outside the bag, and now a broken bat. So Peck will go get some new lumber. There's a payoff from Wright to Peck, and just barely got a piece of that one. Two once again. And swung on and missed. But the Raptors able to even it up. 2-2 as we head to the bottom half of the third.
Fans, please take the opportunity.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for...
Ivan Luna will lead things off here in the bottom of the third as we head back to the top of the Pickles order. As the Raptors were able to even things up at 2 apiece. First pitch popped up. That one was heading our way up here in the press box.
Don't forget a red rope on the party deck.
Luna struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Starting outfielder for the Fresno State Bulldogs as he takes ball 1, 1-1. Two and one. Luna gives this one a ride, deep into the corner and right. And that's going to hit off the warning track, off the wall. And Luna is in there with a lead-off double. And for a second, it looked like that was possibly going to fly over the fence. Again, the walls here at Walker Stadium from probably about halfway in right center to the foul pole, same on the left side of the field, are pretty short. I want to say maybe about 4 feet tall. So if you hit a good old screamer and it gets enough distance, it's going to soar over for a home run. And it looked like that could have been the case there for Ivan Luna, but he'll still take a double there as Gabe Scoro will step in. Also struck out swinging in his first at-bat back in the first. Looking to trade places with Luna here. Shows bunt, pulls back. And I was about to get into it a second ago. Ivan Luna, he really looks up to Ken Griffey Jr., his inspiration with obviously that sweet, sweet swing. Who could argue with him? Saw a little bit of it there as Gabe Scoro pops it up. And Heiser able to make the snag. Nice play by Grant Heiser. So you take a look at it again. Nice play. So one down. Maju with a fly out to right field. First pitch on the outside, called a strike, 0-1. One and one now to Jew. One, and now 2-1.
Let's go, Pickles!
Ivan Luna looks up to Ken Griffey Jr., also really looks up to Ricky Henderson as well. Says he would be his ideal historical teammate because he says no one steals enough bases anymore. Obviously, if you want a teammate in that regard, that's the guy you want, Ricky Henderson. Harvey with the 2-1 to Jew. 2-2 now. To Jew and fouls it off. an arm warming up in the Ridgefield bullpen as well. That one way up high. That one got away from Harvey. And it's going to be Carson Walters getting warm right now in the Raptors pen. And also activity now in the Pickles bullpen as well. 3-2, Jew off the fist. And that's going to get into the outfield. That's going to be a single there for Matt Jew as Brady Casper was able to get it just outside of the berm, had no play, and now runners on the corners here for the Pickles with one down. So Jew on first, Ivan Luna on third with one down, and Ole Arnson will step into the box. Struck out swinging in his first AB. First pitch to Big O. Called a strike, 0-1. Regarded as the biggest hitter that the Pickles have had. Can provide a lot of pop in the box. Jew on the move to second, and he is nailed. Great throw there from Grant Heiser. As Heiser has made a couple nice plays here in the bottom of the third. Made that sliding grab and foul ground, and then showing off the arm there to get Matt Jew at second, trying to nab second, and now 2 down. 1-1 to Ole Arnson, and now 2-1 as that one is high. Two-1 with 2 down, and now 3-1.
Let's go Pickles! 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 Let's go Pickles!
Three and 2 as Arnson thought he had a free pass. But Chad Little calls a strike and basically calls him back. 3 and 2. Payoff with 2 down to Ole Arnson. And Arnson goes down hacking. 2 strikeouts for Arnson on the night. Pickles threatened with 2 on, with 1 down, but nothing coming out of it. Still 2-2 as we head to the 4th.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
Well past the 9 o'clock hour here at Walker Stadium, and we're still at 95 degrees. Like I said, a toasty one. We're up here in the press box right now. We got the fans going on us. We also have the fans on all the equipment here in the press box, trying to make sure they don't overheat. It's, like I said, it is a toasty one tonight, and it is a toasty one throughout this entire weekend. Doing whatever we can to stay cool. Ethan Bell, the new arm out of the pen for the Portland Pickles, as he will face Kobe Morales to lead off the top of the fourth. Big swing there from Morales. Again, not supposed to dip into the 80s until about the 11 o'clock hour. Opposite way down the left field line, as that will go into the left field berm. Again, 115 degrees, the forecast for tomorrow here in Portland. 7:35 first pitch for game 3, and around that time it is supposed to be around 109 degrees. So if we all thought it was warm tonight with an 8:05 first pitch, get ready for tomorrow. Here's the 0-2. 1-2 now. Morales with a ground out back to the mound in his first appearance back in the top of the second. Here's the 1-2. Opposite way over to Henricks. Long throw over to first. Nice play there from Connor Henricks for the first out. Good bounce back defensive play right there from Connor Henricks, who had an error earlier in this ballgame that allowed a couple of Ridgefield runs to come in and score. And now to Tafton Hensley. Struck out Hacken back in the second. First offering from Ethan Bell. Swing and a miss as Hensley was late on that one. Bell quickly ahead, 0-2.
So he's working with Allen. They call him the assistant coach for the Ridgefield Raptors, and just talk about not just necessarily changing the swing mechanics. He's swinging the same way, but just trying to hit the ball higher, just literally aiming slightly higher on the ball. And he hit a 3-run home run yesterday.
Bell with the 0-2.
High, ball 1.
And that 1-2.
Still kind of got under that ball. It caught up off the bat and carried over the wall in left field for a 3-run dinger, his first of the year.
Another look at the West Coast League scores. Corvallis still ahead on Wenatchee 9-5 in the top of the ninth. The Bend Elks up 5-1 on the Cowlitz Black Bears. 2-2 now. And the Yakima Valley Pippins ahead 7-1 on Walla Walla in the bottom of the fifth. And obviously, we talk about this heat. The Corvallis Knights, another one of those teams that have changed their first pitch on Sunday. They originally were supposed to play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And for obvious reasons, they decided not to play in the dead heat of the afternoon. They're now going to play in the morning hours at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Especially when you take into account they play at Goss Stadium down at Oregon State, all turf field. It can get pretty dang hot out on that turf, especially when we're about to reach 115 degrees tomorrow. I'm sure probably around the same temperature down in Corvallis. 2 down now as Ethan Bell gets the strikeout on Tafton Hensley. And I'll bring up Dominic Enbody, the designated hitter, who also has struck out swinging so far. Again, the hottest day on record here in the Rose City. Reached 108 degrees. Since they started keeping track of the weather, I think I saw they started doing that way back in 1940, I believe. So since then, pretty crazy to think about that. The hottest day ever, 108 degrees, and we're going to shatter that record again tomorrow, 1-0. But despite the heat, still a good crowd on hand tonight here at Walker Stadium to watch some late night baseball. Game 2 of this series. 2-0. 2-1. Again, hope all of you watching at home or wherever you might be, staying hydrated, staying cool. Ethan Bell with the 2-1 offering. High chopper over to second. Mata, the flip over to Arnson for out number 3. Still knotted up at 2 on this toasty night at Walker Stadium as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom.
And now we get a new arm out of the pen for the Ridgefield Raptors here in the bottom of the 4th. As they will go to Carson Walters, the lefty. He will face Noah Guyette to start off the bottom half of the inning. Walters out of Gonzaga, playing for Mark Maktoff. Obviously, the Bulldogs coming off that West Coast Conference title this past season and making it all the way to a regional, playing down just south of here in Eugene in that regional before their season came to an end down there at PK Park. 1-0 to Guyette, and now 2-0. Made 2 appearances for the Bulldogs this past season as Guyette rips one into center field, but right to Reese Hernandez, who maybe only had to take 2 steps to his right to make that grab for the first out.
Now to bat for the Pickles, number 45, Dino, the guard.
Ryan Garardino with a walk. And a run scored tonight for the Pickles. And again, talking about Carson Walters, as I mentioned a second ago, not a lot of experience in the 2021 college season. Only pitched a third of an inning in 2 appearances, 2 walks and a strikeout. Didn't give up an earned run, though. First pitch to Gardino, high and outside for a ball, 1-0.
Gardino played for Santa Barbara City College, moved on to Wofford, and now comes back to the West Coast to play for the Portland Pickles. 1-0 pitch.
1-0 to Gardino.
That's missing, ball 2.
2-0.
Field shaded a bit to the left. Gardino has yet to hit a ground ball to the right side this season. Most of his hits left field to left center. A couple fly outs, hop outs to right center field. His ground balls are all towards short and third base. 2-0 pitch to Walters.
That one fouled off.
From Walters to Gardino. 1 out, nobody on.
You know what time it
Score
is?
in the bottom of the 4th.
Red Road time.
Ridgefield trying to go for a 4-game winning streak and keep in step with the Corvallis Knights, who lead by 3 against the Wenatchee Apple Sox in the 9th inning. 2-1 pitch from Walters, slider, backdoor, and gets the call.
2-2 now.
2 from Carson. With 1 out and the base is empty. Outfield shaded a touch towards left, although Hayden Connor holding in straight.
Let's go, Pickles!
And right
Let's go, Pickles!
for Ryan Gardino, right-handed
Let's
hitter.
go!
6'4" junior out of Washington.
Like that as Gardino lifts one into center field, going back to the track, to the wall. And that one is gone. Ryan Gardino with a solo blast. Gardino's first dinger of the year. And the Pickles back on top 3-2 off the solo blast. Looked like for a second that was just going to be a deep fly ball, but the ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying and soared over the wall. Now bring up Connor Henricks. The 3rd Pickles home run this season in West Coast League play as Gardino joins Jacob Jablonski and Ollie Arnson. That one inside, 2-0. Probably got some help from the warm weather that we have. We hear it all the time. The ball travels a lot more in hot weather. Like I mentioned, it looked like it was just going to be maybe a deep fly ball into left center field, but it just kept carrying and flew over the wall. So the Pickles back on top again, 3-2. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 2-2.
2-2's the count from Carson Walters. Fastball and slider has paired them together, and here's the 2-2 pitch with
2-2 home, and now 3-2.
And drops it low. 3-2 is the count from Walters with 1 out and base is empty. Henricks at the plate out of Santa Clara University. On deck his college teammate Tony Boeto. We have the first 2 RBIs of this ball game on a single payoff pitch. The slider
Breaking ball, misses low.
all 4 from Walters, and he walks.
Now back for the Pickles, number 48, Tony Boeto.
And here comes Tony Boeto, who gave the Pickles their first runs of the night, their first lead as well. On that 2 RBI single that scored Ryan Gardino and Connor Henricks. 1 down. First pitch strike there to Tony Boeto. Again, one of the many Santa Clara Broncos that are on this Portland Pickles roster. One of 3 in the lineup tonight to go along with Connor Henricks as well as Matt Jew.
Tony Boeto, the catcher, has a 1-1 count, 1 out, 1 on, 1-run lead for the Pickles. And 1 this inning in the 4th. Taking a 2-step lead from first base is Connor Henricks being held on. Walters comes to the plate. The southpaw gets a foul ball.
That one popped foul.
Out of play.
1-2 to Boeto. And goes down Hacken.
Strikes out Tony Boeto for out
I mean, I don't want to keep banging this drum, but that shells and cheese is so good. Get it on your dog, get it on your burgers, get it on your fries. Just get them all over.
And now we'll go back to the bottom of the lineup with Anthony Mata.
I don't know if those are for public consumption just yet.
We got number 32, Anthony Mata at the plate.
Mata currently at UC Riverside was the preseason Big West Player of the Year.
Averaging almost 9 runs a game.
Hit 273 this past spring. Takes the first pitch high. Starting shortstop for the Highlanders.
Ridgefield with 192 hits on the season. That's almost 50 more than any other team. So, team's able to make a comeback. Ridgefield right up there.
Late on that one, 1-1.
Anthony Mata, and he's behind or evens count at 1-1. 2 outs, runner on first. Ridgefield also leading the league in doubles, home runs, RBIs, walks, on base percentage, slugging, and batting average.
Walters with the 1-1. And Henricks showing off the wheels with that stolen base. And once again, a runner in scoring position here for the Pickles. And now 2's here to Mata.
2-2. Carson turned 20 years old earlier this month, finishing his first year at Gonzaga University. 5'11", 190 for the Southpaw, trying to get out of this inning and strand a runner in scoring position. 2-2 pitch from Walters is swung
Mata
and he strikes out 2 in a
goes
row.
chasing the high cheese. But Ryan Gardino leaves the yard to make it a 3-2 Pickles lead heading into the 5th.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 9.
Bottom of the order due up here for Ridgefield here in the top of the 5th, with the Pickles retaking the lead 3-2. Grant Heiser will lead things off here for the Raptors.
And after a 3-0 win the day before for the Pickles. So how about that compared to the 26-1 performance yesterday, 15-11, the final score last night. This one more low scoring, 1-0 pitches.
Outside,
As a plate for
2-0.
29, Grant.
I mentioned earlier, Grant Heiser, back in 2019, helped lead the Camas Papermakers to their first state tournament appearance back since 2011. Very versatile player, even though he's a natural catcher. Was also asked to play third base back in high school and even won an all-conference honor while playing the hot corner. 2-1 now. Received all-state honors as a senior across the Columbia River. And now playing his college ball, as I mentioned earlier, with the Red Hawks up at Seattle University. Coming off a 1 home run, 5 RBI season. And that's a theme between not only the Pickles, but also the Raptors. A lot of local products on both of these squads. You get a lot of guys who grew up in the Portland area as well as nearby towns and suburbs, as that one is called a strike, 3-2. Same with the Raptors. You get a lot of guys that grew up in Camas, like Grant Heiser. You get a lot of guys also growing up in the Vancouver area as well. Had the chance to play summer ball at home, get some home-cooked meals as well, as that one is fouled off the fists. And, you know, that's the case. Remember, we talked with Patrick Mooshcott a couple nights ago in that game against the Corvallis Knights, and I asked him, you know, it's got to be pretty nice playing college ball at home and, you know, getting to stay home and play college ball. And he said, yeah, you know, it's a luxury getting to have home-cooked meals while playing ball this summer. And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of these players on both the Pickles and the Ridgefield Raptors, as Heiser rips a base hit into left field for a leadoff single.
For Grant Heiser, who's now 7 for 15 on the year, a hot start to the summer for Grant Heiser, and he's aboard to start out the 5th inning.
Now bring up Brady Casper, who struck out looking in his first at bat.
A 2-run deficit in the top of the 3rd inning, and they tied it up, giving up 2 runs the previous half. They gave up 1 last half inning. Heiser led off the 3rd inning with walk. Now leads off the 5th inning with a single. He's at first base. He actually stole 2nd and 3rd innings, taking a relatively short lead off at first. They held on as Brady Casper to the bat.
First pitch to Ethan Bell, and that one gets away from Tony Boeto. And Heiser will move up to second. No outs here in the top of the 5th. A 3-2 Pickles lead. And now Brian Green is going to come out to talk to his righty. Pickles fans, don't forget to visit pickleshop.com for all your Portland Pickles apparel, hats, and much more. And you can also visit the merchandise tent here at Walker Stadium. And I really recommend visiting the merchandise tent here at Walker Stadium. Was able to go by there before the game tonight. A lot of great Pickles stuff, as well as a lot of great Wild Wild West League stuff as well. They got hats for the Rosebuds, the Grey Wolves, the Wild Bills, the Gherkins. A lot of great stuff for Pickles fans and baseball fans alike here in the Rose City. So after the conversation out on the bump, Brady Casper will step back in with a 1-0 count. The 1-0, and now 2-0. And now 3-0 as Boeto had to track that one down, and it looks like Chad Little.
Let's have a hand for walk it off.
As he's going to walk it off here. Just needs a couple breaths. Not sure if that maybe hit him in the groin. If it did, I know that feeling. Trust me, it's not fun. But good to see he's okay. So we'll give him a couple extra seconds to catch his breath and get a sip of water. Obviously, you got to stay hydrated out here in this hot weather tonight here in Portland.
No, not today. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else over there? Purple shirt lady. Happy birthday.
Don't fault anybody if there needs to be a stoppage in play to hydrate.
Congratulations. Happy birthday. Anybody else? Liam Flanagan's birthday today.
Brady Casper with a 3-0 count. And a 4-pitch walk.
17 today? My goodness, everybody. So many birthdays.
And Cody Darcy will step in with a single and a run scored early on. And there is activity in the Pickles bullpen. And it looks like we might get a pitching change here. And that will do it for Ethan Bell. New pitcher coming in for the Pickles here in the top of the 5th, with Portland leading 3-2.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
A 3-2 Pickles lead, as Cody Darcy will step in with 2 Raptors on with no outs. Here in the top of the fifth, Eric Hill, the new pitcher coming in for the Pickles. Again, appreciate all of you joining us tonight, wherever you may be, wherever you're watching. Hope you're staying cool and staying hydrated. A very toasty night. I'm already drenched in sweat. That may be too much information, but just to give you an idea of how hot it is up in the press box. Again, Cody Darcy will step in with a single and a run scored so far tonight for Ridgefield. Pickles in double play depth here. Shows bunt, popped up, and Noah Guyette was not able to get to it. Caden Connor, Reese Hernandez, and John Peck due up in the batting order here for Ridgefield. Caden Connor on deck. Shows bunt again, this time pulls back. 1-1. And again, I apologize. I remember a couple of weeks ago I was talking about Jacob Jablonski, how he transferred to Chico State after spending 2 seasons at Arkansas State, and I kind of made the comment of how brutal the summers are down in Arkansas, and I think I'm getting a dose of karma right now. So I will apologize on behalf of everybody here in Portland. 1-1. Because I'm not exaggerating. Those summers down in Arkansas, I lived there for 3.5 years. They are brutal. And I didn't think we would see that kind of weather up here in the Pacific Northwest this weekend. Two 2-1. Shows bunt, lays it down, and fouled off. 2-2. At the same time, I'm sure Jacob Jablonski is getting a nice reminder of that weather down there with what we're getting here in the Rose City. Showing bunt with 2 strikes here. Eric Hill pulls back and fouls it off. And Boeto will go chat with his righty for a brief moment. Fouled off again. And the number of foul balls continues to increase here at Walker Stadium. I'd imagine, if I had to take a guess, we're probably at the 20 mark maybe. We've seen a lot of them tonight. A lot of souvenirs or a lot of chances for Pickles fans to turn the baseballs in for some red ropes. That one outside, 3-2. Over to short. Henricks out at first, not in time. As Darcy gets on with the fielder's choice.
Nice scoop, Ollie. Walker Stadium, let's make some noise. Let's get out of this jamboree.
We go back to the top of the order with Caden Connor.
We love you. Happy birthday.
Now batting number 7,
Connor with a ground out and also reached on an error. And I mentioned it earlier, a great turnaround season for Caden Connor down at Cal State Fullerton. Hit 325 after hitting 143 during his freshman campaign. He said that first year kind of left a bad taste in his mouth because he wanted to prove himself during that first campaign. He then basically started seeing the baseball like a beach ball, and his confidence just soared. He ended up leading the Titans in hits and in batting average, was also second on the Titans at RBIs. As he's out in front of that first pitch, 0-1. So again, first in hits with 62, batting average of 325, and 22 RBIs for Caden Connor this past college season. 0-1. Just misses on the outside. 1-1. That one in the dirt, blocked by Boeto. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1.
Let's make some noise, Walker Stadium. Let's get out of this.
Tying run 90 feet away. And the base is loaded now for Ridgefield. A single and a ground out for Reese Hernandez so far.
Kenley Davis is 17. Even more. Happy birthday, Kenley. Welcome to Walker Stadium.
Currently playing his college ball down at San Jose State. Reese Hernandez, first pitch to him. That one catches the outside. 0-1. Hit 250 this past season with the Spartans. 0-1. Off the end of the bat, fouled off. 0-2. Two with one down. Hernandez, little deja vu. Fouled off the end of the bat. One and two. Hernandez popped up, and that one also foul. Hernandez slaps it into right center as Ivan Luna will make the snag, tagging up from third. Safe at third. So Darcy safe at third. And the Raptors have now tied the game on the sac fly. As Grant Heiser will score on that sac fly. And now John Peck will step in. 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. Two down, runners on the corners. First pitch in there for a strike. Boedo just cocked it and held up. So Caden Connor just gets the stolen base. One and two now.
2 strikes. Let's make some noise, Wright Stadium. Here we go.
Caden Connor on second. Cody Darcy on third. With 2 down. Go ahead run on third, 2 on scoring position. Just misses outside. Two's home. This one belted into center. And Scoro underneath it. But the Raptors tied up at 3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Approaching the 2-hour mark in this game as we get the bottom of the fifth going. Ivan Luna will lead it off for the Pickles. Had that double back in the bottom half of the third. All knotted up at 3. Luna into center field. And Reese Hernandez is going to track it down for the first out.
Now batting for you.
Now bring up Gabe Scoro.
Number 12.
0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a foul out. Again, a local boy through and through. Played his high school ball across the river, the Willamette River at Lincoln High School, as he takes a called first strike, playing his college ball not too far away from here at the University of Portland, and obviously donning a Pickles uniform for the 4th year. Scoro takes the ball 1-1. One, 2-1. Scoro says his favorite baseball movie is Moneyball. Great choice. My opinion, one of the best baseball movies out there. Two and two. Scoro fouls it off. And you see a lot of different favorite baseball movies among these Pickles players. Obviously, I've seen a couple of Moneyballs. I've seen a lot of 42s as well, another great movie. As Scoro goes chasing upstairs. 2 down, and we go to Matt Jew. A single in his last AB in the 3rd, also with a fly out. Probably the most popular baseball movie that I saw while looking up Pickles players had to be The Sandlot. Personally, I've never really been a big fan of The Sandlot. Not saying it's a bad movie or anything, but personally, I just like a lot more other baseball movies than The Sandlot. I'm surprised I didn't see any like Major Leagues on there, or The Rookie is also a good one. Not disappointed, but wish I would have seen at least one Major League. No one can beat Rick Vaughn. Fouled off. Wild thing, Rick Vaughn.
Somebody bring that ball to the party deck for Red Rope.
Rookie, I've always thought was underrated. 2-1. Fouled off, 2-2. Little Big League, I thought, was also a good one as well. Rookie of the Year. My all-time favorite baseball movie has to be Angels in the Outfield. Outside 3-2. I love that movie so much growing up. That defined my childhood. I was maybe about 3 years old. My mom will always tell this story. I was 3 years old at my cousin's high school baseball game, and I'm not kidding you. I stood up at one point of the game and I started doing that wave. That's how much that movie defined my childhood. My mom said everybody in that stadium started laughing their butt off. Payoff pitch on the way. Jew off the fists into shallow center, as that's going to be hauled in by Brady Casper for the final out. We go to the sixth, still knotted up at 3 apiece here at Walker Stadium.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
We go to the sixth, still tied up at 3, as the Pickles look to even up the series and force a rubber match tomorrow night against the Raptors and snap that 5-game skid. Kobe Morales will lead things off here for the Ridgefield Raptors. By the way, really quickly, going back to that discussion really quickly on Angels in the outfield, I really, really wish the Angels would go back to the California Angels. I've said it before, I think that was one of the best logos. I know I'm kind of biased because that was my favorite baseball movie growing up, but not that I don't like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim's look now, but just a classic look back in the 90s. The 1-0 to Morales. Out in front of that one, 1-1. Morales tonight with a pair of ground outs. Morales out in front of that one as well, 1-2. Two and two to Morales. Again, one of the top RBI leaders in the West Coast League as part of this dangerous Raptors offense, which is tops in the league at this early point of the season. Full count now. Payoff pitch, comebacker, and that will be an infield single as Eric Hill took a shot. And obviously Hill will take a second here to regain himself. Looked like from our vantage point, looked like maybe got hit in the lower back maybe. And now he'll get looked at here. Obviously, looks like he's okay. Good to see. are going to get a pitching change here. New pitcher, I should say, coming in for Portland, all knotted up at 3.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for...
Kyle Hoskins coming out of the pen here in the top of the 6th. All tied up at 3. Hoskins currently at Cal State Northridge, as he will come in here. Growing up in Anaheim, California, and you know, we talk so much about baseball movies, and obviously Hoskins being a big Anaheim Ducks fan. Perfect segue to talk about the Mighty Ducks, D2, the Mighty Ducks, D3, the Mighty Ducks. We might as well just turn this broadcast into talking about sports movies, honestly. All knotted up at 3, so Hoskins will take over. As he will face Tafton Hensley. 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. No one down with Kobe Morales on first base. But that infield single. Shows bunt and fouls it off. As I mentioned before, Kyle Hoskins, a big Anaheim Ducks fan, said he would be the best hockey player if he wasn't playing baseball. I know it's not baseball, but that's another look I wish would come back. Those old school Anaheim Ducks jerseys. I guess back then they were the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Swung on and missed there by Hensley. Oh, 2 from Hoskins, the sidewinder. One, 2 from Hoskins. That one called strike 3 as that burns the outer half. 1 down, so 1 batter, 1 strikeout here for Kyle Hoskins. Dominic Enbody with a strikeout and a ground out, also 0 for 2 tonight. As Hoskins' throw was over. Hoskins yet to allow an earned run so far through the early part of the summer season. Fouled off, 0-1. Not a lot of work for Hoskins in West Coast League play. Coming into this appearance, had 1 previous appearance, only pitched a third of the inning. 0-1, and this one hammered into right center, but underneath it is Ivan Luna, who makes the catch for out number 2. And Grant Heiser, who's had a solid night so far. A walk, a single, and 2 runs scored. Has scored 2 of the 3 runs for Ridgefield so far tonight. First pitch on the way from Hoskins, and that one right down the middle, 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2 with 2 down. Hoskins with the 0-2. Freezes him up for strike 3. Still tied up at 3. Kyle Hoskins impressive on the mound to close out the top half of the inning.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry, and F is for face if you got a little sag, and A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time, and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Still a 3-3 ball game as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Ole Arnson will lead things off here for Portland. 0 for 2 with a pair of swinging strikeouts for Arnson. First pitch on the way from Carson Walters, who's still out there on the mound for Ridgefield. Arnson lays off of that one, 2-0. Another look at the West Coast League. We have our first final of the night down in Corvallis with the Knights getting the 9-6 win over the Wenatchee Apple Sox. The Bend Elks still on top 5-3 over the Cowlitz Black Bears, and the Yakima Valley Pippins up 9-3 in the bottom of the 8th against the Walla Walla Sweets. 3-0 and a 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the 6th. We'll now bring up Noah Guyette, who's also 0 for 2 tonight.
Noah Guyette.
I think maybe are we going to get a pinch runner here? Yep, we will. We'll get a pinch runner here. It's going to be Tristan Gomez who's going to pinch run for Ole Arnson. Again, game 3 of this series tomorrow night, 7:35 first pitch here at Walker Stadium. 1-0. And after tomorrow night, the Pickles will head out on the road for a 3-game set with the Wenatchee Apple Sox. The Pickles won the first series between those two clubs up here at Walker Stadium. Took that series 2-1. And then the Pickles will be right back here next weekend for 5 games over a 3-day span, I should say. Friday night against the Portland Rosebuds. Saturday, a doubleheader with the Rosebuds once again, and then going up against the Gresham Grey Wolves. And then on Sunday, a week from tomorrow, a 3:35 first pitch against Gresham, and then taking on the Portland Gherkins in the nightcap as Noah Guyette can't lay it down. 2-1. Another throw over on Gomez. Previously the #1 rated player coming out of the state of Nebraska. (2-1) Guyette shows bunt again, pops it up, but that's going to bloop down. Throws over to first, and he's in time. But Noah Guyette does his job by laying down the bunt and moving Tristan Gomez to second, and the Pickles have the go-ahead run in scoring position with 1 down.
Number 45, Ryan Gardino.
And Ryan Gardino had that solo blast, and his last AB will step in. Also with a walk, 2 run scores tonight for Ryan Gardino. One of 3 Pickles, as I mentioned earlier, to smack a home run out of the park here in West Coast League play. First offering from Walters is low for ball 1. The 1-0, and Gardino takes one just above the letters. 2-0. Gardino also with a pretty big rip. This one deep into center. This is going to be warning track power, but that's going to be deep enough for Noah Guyette, or Tristan Gomez, I should say, to tag up from second on the sac fly. Two down for Connor Henricks. Connor Henricks with a double and got on base with a walk so far. First pitch to Henricks. Call the ball 1-0. Henricks with only one RBI so far through West Coast League play, looking to increase that total with Tristan Gomez representing the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Carson Walters looking to get out of this situation here with two down and keep it a tie game at 3. That one fouled away. 2-1. The 2-1. Henricks off the fist. Across the, and he is safe. Connor Henricks able to beat it out, and the Pickles retake the lead 4-3. Henricks gets that second RBI of the season. A tough play there for John Peck to get it over to first in time. But Portland back on top. It's been a strong night for a couple of Santa Clara Broncos. Connor Henricks gets the RBI just a second ago, and Tony Boeto also has 2 RBIs tonight off of a single back in the second. Two and 0. Another arm getting loose in the Ridgefield bullpen right now. .30 and a walk. Now to Anthony Mata, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. And we'll get a mound visit, and we'll see if we'll get a pitching change here for the Raptors. And that is going to do it for Carson Walters. Pickles retake the lead, 4-3. New arm coming out of the pen for Ridgefield here in the bottom of the 6th.
B-E-F-A-L B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
Ben Lake, the new pitcher, coming on here for Ridgefield. With the Pickles on top 4-3. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter as well here for the Pickles. And it'll be Ryan Ball stepping into the box here with 2 down. First offering from Lake. That one called a strike on the outside edge. Third appearance for Lake this season and 1 inning pitched. Oh, 1. Ball lets the high one go. 2 and 1. Or 1 and 1, excuse me. One 1 to Ryan Ball. Pinch hitting. Chase is upstairs. And now it's 1 and 2. Meeting out on the mound now. You didn't have to mention it. Despite the hot weather tonight, a decent turnout here at Walker Stadium. Fans in the stands, fans in the right and left field burn. See quite a few taking advantage of the picnic tables beyond the outfield fences. 1 and 2 to Ryan Ball. And goes down hacking. And Ben Lake does his job. But the Pickles retake the lead, a 4-3 lead as we head to the 7th here at Walker Stadium.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Couple defensive changes for the Portland Pickles as we head into the top of the 7th. Ivan Luna moves from right to first base. Kyle Dernetti takes over at second, and Tristan Gomez is now out in right field as Brady Casper will step into the box to lead things off here for the Raptors, trailing 4-3, as I mentioned before, here in the top of the 7th. Kyle Hoskins, high chopper over to Luna at first. He'll flip it over to Hoskins. One down. Now to the bottom of the order for Ridgefield and Cody Darcy. And to go back to what I was talking about earlier, you know, it got up to 108 degrees today. First pitch was probably around 99 degrees, around there. But the Pickles fans, baseball fans, they still showed up here at Walker Stadium. That's how dedicated this fan base is. We've seen it throughout the last couple of years. Obviously a special fan base. They love Pickles baseball out here. They come out no matter what the weather. That one sliced opposite way. Tristan Gomez backs up and moves to his left. 2 down. Quickly 2 down here for the Raptors. And again, we've seen how baseball fans have embraced this Portland Pickles squad, and especially after the year we've had, just to have baseball back here at Walker Stadium after a year-long absence. Obviously, we saw the success of the Wild Wild West League last year down in Aurora and how well that was run to provide baseball during a tough time here in this part of the country and really everywhere, honestly. But again, baseball fans, sports fans were just itching to go back to games once again, and the Portland Pickles obviously giving fans a tremendous chance to do that. Walker Stadium, always a great place to watch a baseball game, and obviously baseball fans here in the Rose City have their options. You got the Pickles out here in southeast Portland, obviously got the Hillsboro Hops out in Washington County, and as well as the Vancouver Canadians, who are playing their home games for the time being over at Ron Tonkin Field. Hoskins, 3-0. But just sports in general, obviously fans getting to go back to the Moda Center to watch the Blazers. I'm sure Providence Park is pretty packed right now if the game isn't already over. That, of course, was an 8:30 start tonight for the Timbers. And I think it was like 80% capacity, I think, at Providence Park tonight. So, you know, that stadium was going to be rocking tonight. Just great to have sports back and to return to some sort of normalcy. Another high chopper over to Dernetti. is safe at first. So Caden Connor gets on with an infield hit. Reese Hernandez with a sac fly back in the 5th inning. Oh, one from Hoskins. That one the opposite way, but foul. And freezes him up. Hernandez didn't like that call. Stretch time here at Walker Stadium. Pickles with a 1-run lead.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Pickles trying to snap a 5-game skid. On top 4-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. As we go back to the top of the order of the Pickles lineup, and Ivan Luna. A strikeout, a double, and a flyout so far tonight for the Fresno State Bulldog. And now 2 finals tonight from the rest of the West Coast League action as the Bend Elks take down the Cowlitz Black Bears 5-3 and the Yakima Valley Pippins beat the Walla Walla Sweets 9-5. So the Pickles and the Raptors once again the only game still in progress for the 2nd straight night. Ben Lake comes home. Ivan Luna fouls it off. Two to Ivan Luna as he watches strike 3. Quiet night for Gabe Scoro at the dish. 2 strikeouts and a foul out. Looking to get something going here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to him, swing and a miss, 0-1. Scoro quickly down, 0-2. Try to get Scoro to chase outside, 1-2. Gabe Scoro tried to ask for time, but instead we'll take game tied, or ball 2, excuse me, 2-2. It's been a long week. It's really been a long 2 weeks. We've had a lot of games here at Walker Stadium. That one high and in, and that's going to be strike 3 as Scoro went around. So 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 7th. As I was going to say, it's been a busy couple of weeks here at Walker Stadium. Obviously, we've had the 6-game homestand with not only the Raptors, but also the Corvallis Knights. We had a couple games last week, including a home run derby last weekend, or last week, I should say. A couple of Portland Pickles as well as Portland Gherkins competed in that long ball competition. The 1-0. Then like finally into his windup with the 2-0. And now 2-1. Matthew with a single and a pair of flyouts tonight. And ball 4. As Matthew extends this bottom half of the 7th. Here comes Tristan Gomez to the dish. His first at-bat of the night. As I mentioned before, the former #1 player out of the state of Nebraska. Growing up in Omaha, Nebraska, could have followed his older brother Colby to play for the Cornhuskers, but decided to make his way down to Southern California to help get the Titans back to his hometown of Omaha. And I mentioned it before, what a great story that would be. You think maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, or whatever, Gomez helping get the Titans to his hometown, playing at TD Ameritrade Park. What a great story that would be. Obviously out in Omaha right now, it's going to be Vanderbilt and Mississippi State playing for the national title. 2-1 to Gomez. An all-SEC College World Series final. 2-1 with 2 down here for Tristan Gomez. Gomez opposite way into left as Hensley runs in and makes the grab. As we head to the 8th inning, still a 1-run Pickles lead.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Don't forget, Pickles fans, Game 3 of this series tomorrow night, 7:35, first pitch here from Walker Stadium. If you don't want to make it out here to Walker Stadium and endure the heat, obviously you can watch on here on YouTube or on Facebook Live. John Peck into the box to start the top of the 8th. Kyle Hoskins still on the bump here for the Pickles. Big swing and a miss there from Peck. 0 for 3 with a pair of flyouts and a strikeout for Peck tonight. Oh, 2, swing and a miss. Two straight strikeouts tossed by Kyle Hoskins. And now bring up Kobe Morales. A ground out on a comebacker to Scott Wright, a ground out to short, and an infield single. And with that infield single in his last at bat for Morales, as that one is outside 1-1, he now has hit in 15 of his first 18 games this season. Looking for his 11th multi-hit game. Off the end of the bat, foul, 1-2. One, two. Two. Called strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Hoskins. And you want to talk about a lot of Ks. Tafton Hensley will step in. 3 strikeouts tonight. 2 swinging, 1 looking. Looking to change that with this at bat right here with 2 down here in the top half of the 8th. That one over to short. In time. Quick 1, 2, 3 inning. To the bottom of the 8th. Pickles looking to get some insurance runs, up by 1.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Fourth pitcher being used by the Raptors tonight. It will be Ryan Pitts taking over here in the bottom of the 8th. He'll face Noah Guyette. First pitch on the way to Guyette. Down called a strike, 0-1. Pitts just finishing his sophomore campaign at Lower Columbia Community College, another local product from across the Columbia and Vancouver. Played at Skyview High School. And he's quickly ahead, 0-2. And a funny fact, a matchup of former high school teammates was teammates with Noah Guyette at Skyview High School. And funny thing, Pitt says Noah was the funniest guy on the team. 0-2. 1-2 now. Down low, 2-2. Two and two to Noah Guyette. Guyette opposite way into left field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Noah Guyette. And that battle of former high school teammates goes to Guyette. And Ryan Gardino has a big fly tonight. He'll step in. Pickles looking to get some insurance runs here again. 1 run, Portland lead. And that absolutely plunks Gardino in the back. 2 on with no one down. timeout call by the Pickles. Looks like Mags is going to have a talk with a couple of his hitters and his runners. Obviously, like I mentioned, the Pickles would love to get some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th, especially when you talk about how strong this Ridgefield lineup can be, top to bottom. They'll have Dominic Enbody, Grant Heiser, and Brady Casper due up in the top of the 9th, as the Pickles look to hold off the Raptors and force a rubber match tomorrow night. So Connor Henricks will step in with 2 on. No one down here in the bottom of the 8th. Showing bunt, and hit spins around and looks back at Noah Guyette. Shows bunt and pops it straight up into foul ground, and Heiser able to make the grab. Second time tonight that Grant Heiser was able to track down a bunt, and 1 down. Boeto had a 2 RBI single back in the 2nd inning, but since then a strikeout and reached on base with a walk. Pitch comes home and a swing and a miss from Henricks, or Boeto, excuse me. Oh, and 2. And that one gets away from Heiser. And the runners will move up. So 2 Pickles in scoring position with 1 down. Ridgefield infielders playing in. That one upstairs 2 and 2. Boeto goes down hacking, a big second out for Ryan Pitts. It'll be Kyle Dernetti stepping in. First at bat tonight for Kyle Dernetti. Current Oregon State Beaver looking to, again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, looking to give the Pickles some insurance runs heading into the top of the 9th, a 1-run lead. From the belt, here's Pitts. That one way outside for a ball, 1-0. Dernetti hitting .273 this season with 3 hits and an RBI, looking for 2 more At least one more maybe here. Dernetti, big swing, 2-1. Dernetti takes a heater in there, 2-2. Two's coming home to Kyle Dernetti with 2 down. Upstairs, full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch coming home to Dernetti. Fouls it off towards the Ridgefield dugout. We'll do the payoff all over again to Kyle Dernetti with 2 down. And the base is loaded here as we go back to the top of the order. Here's Ivan Luna. Had a double, a flyout, and 2 strikeouts. First pitch high, 1-0. And we'll get a mound visit now. One 1-0 to Luna. That one up the middle, deep into center field. Going back is Hernandez. And he makes the grab. Talk about a humongous catch out in center field by Reese Hernandez. Keeps it a 1-run ball game. That definitely prevented at least 2 coming in for the Pickles. But we go to the top of the 9th, and the Pickles looking to hold off the Raptors up 4-3.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry, and F is for face if you got a little sag, and A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time, and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Pickles looking to snap a 5-game skid here in the top of the 9th. 4-3 lead over Ridgefield. Gabriel Arviano takes over in left. Carter Booth in center field as Dominic Enbody will lead things off here for the Raptors. Dominic Enbody steps in. Kyle Hoskins is still on the bump. A solid outing tonight for Hoskins. 1-1. Enbody tonight 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out. Three and one. And a leadoff walk for Enbody, and the tying run is on board with no one down. And we'll get a pinch runner here for the Raptors. Brad Norton will be the pinch runner here for the Raptors. Grant Heiser on. A walk and a single and a strikeout for Heiser. Lays down the bunt. Beautifully laid down. Hoskins has got to flip it over to Ivaluna. But he does his job. Moves the tying run to second with one down. And if you're Portland, this is the guy you don't want in the box right now. Will Chamber didn't get the start, but one of the top hitters in the West Coast League as he will pinch hit here. And I think we're also going to get a new pitcher here for Portland. Again, Will Chambers, a tremendous bat. One of the top RBI leaders in the West Coast League, among several other Raptors. And we'll get a new arm out of the pen for the Pickles. Tying run on board for the Raptors with one down, with the Pickles up 4-3.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
KJ Rufo will look to close it out here with one down here in the top of the ninth. And a dangerous hitter in Will Chambers will step into the box. 344 this season. 21 hits, 16 RBIs for Will Chambers in his first at-bat tonight. Tying run on second, and Brad Norman, as he will step in against KJ Rufo. Currently with the University of Portland. First pitch on the way from Rufo. That one down, ball one, 1-0. Rufo does have a save already this season. 1-0 from Rufo, and now 2-0. To Will Chambers, swing and a miss, 2-1. Two-one from Rufo to Chambers. Another swing and a miss. 2-2. And Chambers, one of those guys who has had to face adversity, dealing with a lot of injuries, losing a college scholarship. Thought his baseball career was over, but able to fight back and had a tremendous season at College of the Canyons, and obviously here with Ridgefield also having a tremendous season. Up to this point, 2-2, tying run on second. Chambers, that one fouled off. Two from KJ Rufo to Chambers. That one low. Count full. 3-2. Rufo, another Portland kid, played his high school ball over at Rex Putnam. Payoff to Chambers from Rufo. Check swing, and he went around. Chambers is going down to first. He thought he had ball 4. And Chambers now just realizes that he struck out, and he will walk to the Ridgefield dugout. 2 down. 2 down, and another pinch hitter coming in. It'll be Cole Ehrman. Two down again. Tying run on second here for Ridgefield here in the top of the 9th. Ehrman hitting .328 this season with 19 hits, 8 RBIs. Looking for a big 9th one here to tie it up. First pitch to Ehrman, opposite way into right. Tristan Gomez going back, makes the snag, and the Pickles back in the win column as they snap their 5-game losing streak as they take down the Ridgefield Raptors 4-3 to even the series and force a rubber match tomorrow night. Again, 7:35 first pitch here from Walker Stadium. The Pickles take down the Raptors 4-3 here at Walker Stadium. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for an exciting Game 3 between the Pickles and the Raptors. Good night, everyone.